Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Institutions, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida LO 76508, Georgia 69178, Idaho, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's a mortgage mom. She can get things done. When you're in need and don't know where to go, pick up the phone and call Mom.
All right. Well, happy Wednesday and welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux and I've got Miss Heidi Schlegelpoints as always with me. How you doing, Heidi?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. So I keep trying to say we're going to try all these different times. We've tried 2 o'clock. We've tried 1 o'clock. We've done a couple at 12. And then today I wanted to do 2, but then we've got other things going on that 12 is better. So I think we're just going to leave it at 12. 12 o'clock, it didn't seem like there was a big giant difference in how many people jumped on. And 12 o'clock is kind of nice because I think people are at lunch. We get to take the hour, get the show done, but then get back to work. So I think we're going to leave it at 12 o'clock. If you ask me, I think that's a good time. But if you guys want to know when we go live, if you're listening by radio on Saturday and you want to be involved, it is interactive. You get to ask us questions. You get to tell us that you're watching. You get to say hi. If you want to watch us do it live, you've got to get a text message with the link every time we go live. The best way to do that is to text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's 844. We lend for you. How do you spell that, Heidi?
It's lend the number 4. So
Yeah.
we lend and the number 4.
Yes. LEND and the number 4. 844-935-3634. Make sure you guys text the word MOM to that number. It's the same phone number. If you want to call us live with your question, you can call us right now and we will take those calls. We will answer them for you. You'll get to hear your voice and you'll hear it on your favorite radio station on Saturday. So feel free to give us a call as well. So we've got some notes coming into the feed. We've got Lori says hi, and Tom, my dad, says hi. Erica says hello. I quit my day job, so anytime is good for me. I love it, Erica. So nice to be you. I wish I could quit my day job, but not quite yet.
Right?
We've got your son on. Chris says, when's Houseboat Billy going to come on? So Houseboat Billy, you did watch us consistently when we were at 5 p.m. And so maybe we're just out of sorts for him now at this point. Hopefully,
Right.
hopefully we start seeing Houseboat Billy pop on during the day. But, you know, we can't accommodate everybody. We're trying to accommodate the masses. So
Right.
hopefully this 12 o'clock time works, but we'll continue to move it around. And again, if you want to know when we go live, you want to be able to be interactive, you want to put your questions in the feed, you want to give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it is that you're feeling, please feel free to do it with us. Interact live. You've got to text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's how you opt in. We text you one time per week when we are going live. You'll get the link so that you can click on it and then you can watch the show. We do have Mally. It looks like she got on. She said, I'm curious why you started the radio show. That's actually a great question, right?
That's a great question. I don't know if anyone's ever asked that.
I don't think so. And I don't think that I've ever answered it. So in reality, I was trying to do this before, didn't even think anything of me doing the radio show or being the host or anything. But I was working for a mortgage company and I was trying to do what I could to help bring in leads for the people that were working for me. And so I hired a gentleman to actually do a radio show. And I was hoping that I could give him information that he would then, put out there during the show to help educate and train and teach the broad public that was listening to the show. And he just wasn't the personality I was looking for. I was trying to give him the information to get across to the listeners, and it just wasn't going across the way that it should be, that it could have been with the information that I wanted. I mean, really my whole goal was to educate, and in turn, hoping that education brings happier people. People call with questions turn into loans, which at the end of the day is what feeds us, right? So, but I wanted to do it in a way that other people don't. I don't want to be out there just throwing out a certain number, hurry up and call this low interest rate, come and get it now. That's not what we're about. We want to educate and train and, help those that are looking to go down the path of financing. What's the best way? So I just kind of pulled the plug on that and said, you know what, I can do a better job. Let's do this. And jumped right in. And here we are 5 years in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been some time. So I've had a couple of hosts with me, but Heidi, you've been the longest standing, and we've been working together. We became friends by work.
Yes.
So, we've got the friendship, we've got a great personalities mesh really well. We've both been in the business a very long time. And so I think that, you're the best one here to stay. Sorry, you can tell me you're quitting, but it's not, it's not an opportunity for you. Sorry.
No.
You're stuck with me. You're not going anywhere.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck. But that is why we did the show. So, Mally, thank you so much for asking that question. Again, I don't think that anybody ever has. And really the goal of this show is to train and to educate and, to help people to navigate that process between real estate, buying and selling, and doing mortgage and getting that financing. It can be very overwhelming. It can be one of the most stressful things that you'll ever do. Most stressful purchase. They say it's just as stressful as, divorce can be, death can be. I mean, it really is. It's your biggest thing you've ever done. It's the most money that you've ever put into something. It's your life savings that you're putting down for the first time to buy that house. And so we're just trying to take some of that stress level away. And then obviously in turn, we're hoping that helps feed the Mortgage Mom Radio family and all of the people that work for us. So, I don't know. Do you have anything, Heidi, that you want to say about that? I mean, why did you say yes when I said, hey, Heidi, come do this. I need you to do the radio show with me.
Because you said I had to. No, honestly, we've been friends a long time, and you'd been doing the show, and I was very much like, I don't want to be on radio. I definitely didn't want to be on video.
I heard no a lot of times.
Yes, and I figured out no wasn't really working, because then it just kind of was, Heidi, I need you to do it like now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I did it once, and I thought that's all it was going to be. And then 1 turned into 2, turned into 3, turned into weekly.
Right.
And I got a little bit more comfortable. And so my whole love of this business is customer service. So I don't love the sales side. I love the customer service aspect, the helping people work through the process, holding their hand, making sure they're comfortable, making sure they understand it. And really that's what this program is. It's holding people's hands just on a broad spectrum to get them through the process, sometimes before they start it, sometimes while they're in the middle of it, sometimes even after they've done it, to really understand the whole process and what's next. So even though I was very resistant, I do love to be able to share the knowledge and help people get to where they want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So you literally could not say no, and you liked the idea of the show.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So I'm happy that I twisted your arm. I'm happy that I made you do it. I'm happy that you're getting more comfortable in front of the camera. Yep. Radio's easy, right? When me and you used to record it before we were doing camera, it was a lot easier. It's just 2 people talking. You're recording it and, you're getting it to radio. But it is a little bit intimidating being in front of the camera and having people watch you. And then I go ahead and I throw at you, oh, and by the way, we're going to take live calls and we're going to answer live questions, and people are going to put things in the feed. So, you're a trooper, and I love it. And I'm happy that you're doing it with me, and that you're my you're my pal. So anyway, I just want to throw it out there again. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, you want to hear your voice on radio on Saturday, you've got to give us a call during the show with your question. If you want to put your question in the feed, please feel free to go ahead and do that. We're going to get to all of them. We're going to read them out loud. We're going to answer them for you. I can see that Manny said, world comes to an end if the mortgage mom doesn't get her way. Thank you, Chief Manny. That would be my son. We've got Crystal. She gets on. She says, hello, everyone. Just signed my 7th contract. Wish me luck. Can't wait to fire up that loan. So Crystal, so good luck to you, man. I know you've been out there really house hunting. That's really brings a great point to, getting pre-approved in advance, because you might think, hey, I'm going to move in 2 months. So I'm going to get my loan approved and, I'm going to start shopping and find a house and get into escrow and close. And, we've got clients that have been making offers for years and can't get an offer accepted. It's just very difficult. So please, keep that in mind. Call us if you need the advice. Talk to us. Let us tell you how soon you should be getting that pre-approval done, before you're out there looking, because it could be some time right now. It's hard. So we've got Heather says, good luck, Crystal. Heather also said, thank you so much for the information. Erica says, good luck. And then we've got Manny says, Sherry Morrow is on the phone for you. So we're going to take her call here in a second. And Heidi, again, you're not going to be able to hear the call, but you'll be able to hear my answers, which I know then you'll be able to pop in with some information afterwards.
I'm going to try something different before you take it. I'm going to turn on YouTube. I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to see if I can listen to it.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to try.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good idea. Then we've also got Mally says, Heidi, thank you for doing it for the love of helping people. That's why I love to listen, learning about a very complex topic. Thank you, Debbie, for creating Mortgage Mom Radio. Mally, thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate it. And again, everybody that is listening, especially on Saturdays by radio, if you guys want to be involved in the show, you want to be able to put your information in the feed, you want to be interactive, please make sure that you guys are following us. The best way to do that is to text the word mom to 844-935-3634. That's 844 we lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. That is the best way for you to get that link, to go ahead and click on it, watch us do the show live, interact through the feed, or give us a call and ask us your questions. Crystal says thank you, and Cindy says best of luck, Crystal. So let's go ahead, Manny, go ahead and transfer that call over, and let's see how this goes. Maybe Heidi can hear the question, but it's going to be hard. You're going to have it on mute, so I don't know how you'll hear her, but let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Okay, Manny's having a little bit of a difficult time with transferring the call. So Jen, who's in charge of phones, is going to go over there and help him. So we'll see it come through in a second. Just hold tight, Sherry. We're going to get you on the phone. And this is just kind of part of, so Mikey went back to school. This is part of catching up with mom. Now we've got Jen running the computer, Manny doing the phones. It's all about having fun. There we go. So it kind of rang in. It's ringing. Here we go. So Jen's got to answer it on this side, and then we should be able to talk to her. So you have to answer it. It's not ringing to the computer right now? No? It should have popped up on the computer somewhere. Okay, so we're having some technical issues here. We're going to give it a second. So can you make sure that 8x8 is pulled up on that computer, Jen? It is. Okay, so when Manny's sending it through to 1002, it's not ringing on the computer right now? Okay, there we go. All right, Sherry, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Okay, so thank God. Thank you so much for waiting. We were having a little bit of a difficult time with transferring the phones. We've got Mikey, who put all of this stuff together back in school. So we're learning now without the genius 16-year-old. So sorry about that.
No problem.
Welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. Thank you so much for calling in. How can we help you today? What are your questions?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you taking my call. I've called you before, and you were so nice. Me and my husband have a 30-year fixed on our townhome, and it's at a 3.375, which we know is good, and it's fixed, and we're happy. But my thing is, you know how you hear that you can get 2% or low, they're so low right now that it would be worth our while. So we only owe about a little less than $150,000 on it. Would it be worth us going and refinancing again with our lender and to bring it down a little bit?
So it probably isn't worth it in all reality. So Heidi, what she asked, I don't know if you could hear her, but could you hear? Okay, cool. So Heidi could actually hear your question. That's awesome. So honestly, when your loan amount is only $150,000 and your interest rate's at 3.375, the interest rate is already so low and the balance is also low that dropping your interest rate, even if it is to 2.875 or 2.75, you're not going to see a giant difference in the actual monthly payment. And
I didn't
especially,
think so.
yeah, and especially if they're going to charge you any kind of closing costs whatsoever to do that loan. Now, if they're going to literally cover every single cost, not a single penny to you, your mortgage balance does not increase in any way, not by a dollar, and your monthly payment drops by $60, $70 a month, there's no harm in that. All you're doing is filling out paperwork and pulling your credit report. But if you are going to add anything to the balance of your mortgage, or you are going to pay any closing costs out of pocket, I truly don't believe that is worth doing it. I mean, you're not going to save.
I totally agree with you. I was thinking the same thing because our lender has been sending us something that would lower it like 160. But I told my husband I could quit drinking my Starbucks and save us 160 a month.
Right,
but
right. Now, and Heidi, you can jump in here. But what I'm thinking in my mind is maybe something more like keeping the payment the same, possibly jumping to like 15 or a 20 year, where we're reducing the amount, the time that you're making the payment. That to me would make more sense over saving $100 a month or $100. I mean, if they're telling you $160 a month, what rate were they quoting to you?
It was quoted to me. It was Wells Fargo. The rate was I'm at a hold on. See, I'm driving too. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So we're at a 3.375, and they would have offered me a 3.350. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 3.250.
Yeah, maybe 2.25. I mean, because if you're at 3.375, the rate is not going to going from 3.375 to 3.25. Maybe you were at 3 3/4 before, maybe 3.75.
Yeah, no, it's saying mine is, it's, like I said, right now we are at 3.375 at 3 3/4, right? And then the only thing it says here, because one says, the one above it says, the first one says APR, says 3.350, and then underneath it says interest rate, 3.250%.
Okay. So yeah, so if your rate today is 3.375 and you're dropping to 3.25, if you do the math on 150,000, there's no way you're going to save $150 a month. There's just no way. The math doesn't make sense. So if your rate today is 3.75 and they're going to drop you to 3.25 and you've got a half a point difference, then that could possibly be that difference of that money per month. But the fact that the APR and the interest rate are different shows me that you do have closing costs. So what I would suggest that you do, honestly, is we're going to hang up because you're in the studio right now at this point. They transfer you over to the studio. We can't send you back. But what I would suggest that you do is you actually give us a call back. Manny can get you on the calendar to talk with us and to actually go through those numbers. I would really like to see maybe you dropping the term, right, Heidi? Like, wouldn't you suggest maybe going from a 30 to a 15 or a 30 to a 20 and dropping the term, but trying to keep that monthly payment the same?
Yeah. We appreciate it. I mean, we're lucky to have what we have, and my husband just recently retired, so we're always trying to see if we can't bring anything down that comes, anything that saves a little more money helps out.
Right. Gotcha. So Heidi's saying that she can't actually answer the question while I'm on the phone with you, but she says, I'm typing it here because when you're on the phone, she can't actually answer. So she's saying, I wouldn't refinance back into another 30-year, but maybe into a 15 to reduce the rate more, pay off the loan quicker. Otherwise, she'll not have enough in savings with the cost. So she's right on the same place as where I'm at.
Yes.
I do think, I have a feeling that your rate today is at 3.75 because I don't think that Wells Fargo would be reaching out to you to drop your rate just by 0.125. It's not a big enough. It's not a big enough savings for you for them to be reaching out. So I have a feeling your rate's a little higher than what you think. But I also
on the paper it says. So what does this mean? It says, because it's got here, it's interest rate, and it says 3.375. That means 3.75, right? 3 3/4.
No, it's different. So 3.75 is different than 3.375.
Yeah,
So
it says 3.375, yet then the other interest rate was 3.250.
right. Yeah. And see, there's a lot of advertising going on right now. There's a lot of promising that isn't really reality. And that's why
Right.
we're here. We're going to make sure that we're looking at your numbers, doing the math with you. The math doesn't lie. Does it make
Yeah.
sense? Does it not make sense? And then we're gonna get you moving forward if it does, and we're gonna tell you stick with what you've got if it doesn't. So
Okay.
definitely give us a call back. Get on the calendar. You're gonna talk to
Okay.
me, Heidi, Carrie, Cindy, one of us girls. You're gonna talk to us, and we're gonna make
Okay.
sure that we're pushing you in the right direction.
Well, thank you so much. I always appreciate your time. I really do.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for calling in. Sorry about the little problems there with the phone transferring. I think we've got it down now. We
Oh,
lost,
not at all.
like I said, we lost the little 16-year-old genius that put all of this together. You know, all their little gaming and stuff. They seem to know what they're doing. But hey, thank you for being our first person that we did it ourselves.
Oh, thank you so much. You
You're
take
welcome.
care.
You too.
Uh-huh.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Okay, so Heidi, so I could hear you, but do you think that but then you get really
They
low.
can't hear me.
Okay, when I'm on the phone.
Like, yeah, when you're on the phone, we've gotten feedback each time you answer. They can't hear me.
Gotcha.
So I figure if I just typed it into the feed, I put it on mute so I could turn on the YouTube so I could hear both sides. But if I respond, you can hear me, but no one else can.
Gotcha. Well, hey, that's better than what we were doing before where you couldn't even hear the caller. So at
Yeah.
least now you can comment. You can write things into the feed. I saw that coming in, but it's your dear God, it's me, Mom.
I realized that.
And so I didn't see it pop up as Heidi. So I didn't
Yeah.
look over right away as I was concentrating on the conversation and
Yeah.
the call that she made. But yeah, it's so funny because I wasn't reading your comment. And me and you are going to the same place. I mean, it's just if your loan amount is $150,000, if her rate truly is 3.375 today, and they're marketing to her to do a new 30-year at 3.25, there is absolutely no way that there's $160 a month savings. And the APR and the rate were different, which means that there were fees involved. So I'm guessing that maybe her rate today is 3.75. Maybe the APR was 3.3, and then the rate was 3.25. A half of a point might make the difference of $150. Maybe. Even in my brain, I can't contemplate that on 150,000. I'm obviously, you guys can see me, hands here. I don't have a calculator going on.
But in all honesty, I get marketed all the time, right? That they're going to save me $200, $300 a month. There is nobody going to do that unless I go into a 15-year and drop my rate significantly. So I already know it's not possible. So I'm not picking up phone calling anybody, right? But someone else in my situation is like, really? I'm going to get a better rate? Well, I already have a fantastic rate.
Right.
Very blessed. I bought my house when rates were super low.
Yeah.
But they're going to market to me. When I pick up the phone and call them, they're going to be like, yeah, sure. If you want to go into a 15-year, well, I can't afford to double my payment either. So
Right. Exactly.
it's not really going to happen.
Right. Yeah. So just keep in mind, guys, if you're getting solicited and you've got questions, you want to know if it actually makes sense to do it, just pick up the phone, call us. You're going to call the same number you'll text to get the weekly link. Same number, 844-935-3634. That's 844. We lend for you, LEND, and the number 4. Again, we're here to educate and to teach you and to help you, and in hopes that brings business through our door. So, lean on us. I can't tell you how many times that we've pushed people away and said, what you've got is great. Leave it. There's no reason to do anything at all right now. Stay with what you've got. So you're coming to Mom, and that's why we call it Mortgage Mom Radio. We want to give you mom advice. We want to make sure that you're getting the right information and moving forward if you should, and sticking with what you've got if you don't. So lean on us. That's what we want you to do. If you want to be a caller on the show, or you want to be part of the feed or interactive, you do have to text the word mom to that number. So again, same number for everything. Call us, text us, whatever you need. It's 844 we lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. You guys can go to our website, go to mortgagemomradio.com. You can book your own appointment right through the website. So there is an appointments box. Go ahead and click on that button and create the appointment for a time that works best for you. If you want to give me an email and let me know that there's a time that doesn't work and there is a better time for you, I will make sure that I can find somebody to take that call for you at that time. So you can always email me. You can go through the website, click contact us. It's going to send me the message. You can send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. Either way, that your email is going to come through and we're going to get you taken care of. We do have another comment, but we're going to go to a quick 10-second commercial break, and then we'll be right back. All right. So welcome back. Thank you so much again. That's just a little quickie. We're going to try to do 4 of those during the show, and they're like 5 to 10 seconds each. It's nothing. It just gives us a second to like sip a quick drink of water as we're going through an hour of talking. So we do have MN, and again, like, we love that people can just have any name on there that they want, and we're not telling the world who you are asking the questions. So it is pretty cool and it is interactive, but they say, they ask the question, is it a smart time to buy this year? Are the price of homes too high right now? So that's actually a very great question. We've answered that in almost every episode we've had this year. I feel like it's been a very hot topic. One thing that I can tell you is that one minute we feel like maybe we're approaching a bubble and things are going to burst. And then the next minute we feel like, I don't think that we're there yet. They just extended the moratorium on evictions for renters. I guarantee you they're going to kick the can down the road a little bit longer and help people that continue to need the forbearance options. I'm sure that that's going to come to play if it hasn't already. I've not been super in tuned into the news the last couple of weeks, so maybe I missed something. Heidi, have you heard anything on any of that at this point?
I haven't. I'm the worst person to watch the news. Don't love the news. It's all bad news to me. So, but with everything kind of coming back around full circle, spiking up again, I have no doubt we're going to see it come back as we did last year. So, I think we have Larry to thank for the best answer to this question.
Yep.
Right? Never a bad time to buy, only a bad time to sell. So I'll take this one on and then let you kind of piggyback on that.
Yeah.
Rates are still low. So even if you're buying, the price is high. If you got a low rate, you can afford the payment. You now own something versus renting something. And I think pretty much no matter where you live, rent is insane.
Rents
right
are
now.
Nuts. Rents are crazy.
Rents are extremely high. And if you can get into a house and your mortgage payment can be the same or even less than your rent, you own it. You are putting something towards your future. And you have a tax write-off, of which you do not have with a rent. Obviously, I'm not a tax professional, but I have not seen that happen yet. So I just don't see why, even if you buy and the value is higher, the rate is lower, if you turn around, prices drop, you buy lower, rates higher, you're going to end up with the same payment, more or less. So is it really going to make a difference when you're investing in your future and the values are going to go up, they're going to go down? So that's my 2 cents. I don't think there's a bad time to buy if you're investing in your future and in property.
Yeah. Again, and I've said this over and over again, you got to keep in mind real estate is for the long haul. What goes up will come down, and what goes down will go back up, and it will go back up even further than where it stopped the time before. So again, if you're, like Heidi said, if you're getting into something that you can afford, you're budgeting, you're making sure that the payment is comfortable, and that is somewhere that you do want to stay for a good period of time, you're digging your roots, you're creating your family base, then there's absolutely no reason to hold off. You've got no write-off right now. You're throwing money at somebody else's investment. You're helping them get rich. You're helping them retire, and you're not getting to do any of that yourself. So personally, I agree with Heidi and I agree with Larry. If you don't own a home, you should own a home. You should not stop right now just because you're concerned property values might drop. In my opinion, when we see property values drop, we're going to see interest rates go up. So I think that the same property, my opinion, as as mom. The exact same property, even at a different price, at a lower price, will end up being about the same payment. But you've gone all of however long it took you to ride out the storm to get to the bottom of the market. You've gone all that time with no tax deduction, no write-off, and you're paying more money in income taxes. So I would say there's never a bad time to buy. And I think you should start looking if you don't own something today. So hopefully that helps answer the question that MN asked. And again, if you guys want to be interactive, we'd love you to be. The best way to do that is to know when we go live. How do you know we go live? You're going to text the word mom to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That's LEND and the number 4. So we have another question that comes in from Yvonne Ramirez. She says, how are rates on a non-owner? So that's a great question. And what I like about that question is that we've talked again in the past, but every show is different, right? And people don't get to catch every show. So let's go into really quick non-owner financing. Right now, a lot of lenders have actually decided not to do non-owner financing for investment properties. Some lenders are still doing them. We are still doing them. Some lenders have chosen to increase interest rates on non-owners to try to slow down the volume of applications coming through their door. Other lenders have gone down different paths. We've got a nice investment property investor right now that is backing our loans, which have helped us to keep the interest rates a bit lower on those investment properties, which is great. But with interest rates low, investment properties are still low as well. So, if you're just have to keep in mind that investments are always going to be more expensive than an owner occupied or a second home might be, a vacation property. Investment properties are probably going to be about 3/4 of a point higher in interest rate. So if you say, hey, today on average, the base rate is 3%, for example, you're probably looking at an interest rate of about 3 3/4 to maybe 4% on an investment. So as you watch the market, this is kind of a broad general question. I'm not answering as of today what the rate is. Every single person gets a different interest rate, and maybe we need to go through that again. We haven't talked about it in a long time. Heidi, give us a couple of things that we're going to look at to determine the rate that they get.
So we're going to look at property type. We're going to look at loan to value. We're going to look at your credit score, debt to income ratio. So there's going to be, everyone has different factors in what, loan amount. Sorry. Yeah. Because that's going to be your program, right? Are you going to be conforming? Are you going to be high balance? Are you going to be jumbo? So, or FHA, VA. Again, a lot of different factors go into what your interest rate is going to be. And that's why when you see advertisements, they don't pertain to you specifically necessarily, right? You're going to have to do an application, then they're going to quote you a rate.
Right. Exactly. So, but to answer Yvonne's question, interest rates are great right now, which means that investment properties are still great as well. Are you going to get the same interest rate that you have on your own personal home? No, you are not. But are you still going to get historically low interest rates to buy that investment to create that future? Yes, you are. And you can figure that interest rates are going to be somewhere, depending on you and your factors, somewhere between probably 3 3/4 to 4 1/4 if you're prime, full doc, income qualifying loan. We've got, especially for investment properties, we've got some great loans where the property actually finances itself. It qualifies for itself. You could get into one of those loans around 4.5, 4 3/4, definitely under 5%. And again, depending on your credit score. So you just need to give us a call. We can talk about you, your personal situation, and what those numbers would look like if that's the path that you're headed down and you're thinking that you might want to get into some non-owner financing. So that could be a refinance, that could be a purchase, but you just have to call us, get on the calendar, go to mortgagemomradio.com, click on that appointment button and select a time and day that works best for you. We've got appointments all 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, Monday through Sunday, however you want to put it, Sunday through Saturday, however people like to work their week. But we've got appointments every single day. We've always got somebody on call during the weekend. And obviously during the week, we're always here. If there is not a time that works with your schedule, just send me an email. It's questions@mortgagemomradio, or through the website. You can click on the contact us and send me a message, and I will make sure that we get you set up with somebody that can take an early call or maybe a little bit later in the evening call. That's not a problem whatsoever. So Yvonne, thank you again for the question. And I can't say this enough. Everybody that asks questions, you guys make our show. It's the questions that come through that make the shows interesting. And if you're thinking the question, somebody else is too. And so you're helping all of those people by calling in or putting your question into the feed. So again, if you want to know when we go live, you want to be interactive, you want to call in, you want to hear your voice on radio over the weekend, you've got to text the word mom to 844-935-3634. That gets you opted in. It is one text message a week. When we go live, you get a link. You can click on it and you can watch us do it. That is the same phone number. If you want to call us and you want to get on air, you want your voice on air, you're going to call that same number during the hour that we are recording. So same number all the time. That's also our office phone. So if you want to call in, get an appointment, or get transferred to somebody right away to talk about your loan, same number. It's always the same. Best way to get a hold of us. I have not talked about the phone app in a very long time, so I'm going to quickly say that our phone app is amazing. If you guys want it, when you text the word mom to that same phone number, again, 844, we lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. You will get a link to our phone app. All of the tools you could possibly need are on that phone app. You can apply for your loan. You can listen to the podcast. You can watch our YouTube. You can send us an email. You can call our office. You can run a calculator, purchase, affordability, and refi. So, there's so many tools at the tip of your fingers with that phone app. It's pretty amazing. If you want it, you've just got to text the word mom to 844. We lend for you. So let's take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get into some more stuff. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. All right, and we are back. So a couple of things. I've got lots of things on my brain that I want to talk about. So I'm hoping that we can squeeze it all into the end of the show. But if not, then we'll just take some of that and we'll move it on to next show. That's the cool thing about doing it every week. One thing I wanted to mention is that we do have our store. So if anybody wants Mortgage Mom Radio t-shirts, if you guys want beer mugs, you've got to see this thing. It is absolutely crazy. Now, this is a major Stein. Yes. I mean, when I ordered them, I didn't realize how big they were. And I thought, those are really expensive, but, let's try it, right?
Right.
They're heavy. I can't even imagine once you get your drink in there. They're solid. They're thick. They're giant. So they're pretty cool. And if you're listening on Saturday, you can't see it unless you go to YouTube and watch the show. You can't see the size of it. But we've got some really cool things. We've got wine glasses. We've got the beer mugs. We've got our tumblers. So we've got the tumbler going. It's a nice, thick plastic tumbler. So really liking that one, especially if you guys don't want t-shirts. We've got hats on there. I think we're sold out right now, but we've got another order placed. We've got a beach bag. The beach bag came in pretty cool. So that was really nice, especially right now, like for us going on the boat in the summer, throwing all the, sunblocks and everything in there. It's pretty cool. So just want to let you guys know that the store is there. It's open. If you do a loan with us, we're giving you guys a coupon to buy something at the end of the transaction. We want to make sure you guys are getting your swag. But the store is pretty cool. Heidi, you got to get on it. You guys can get there. Just go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com. At the top of the page, you'll see store, t-shirts, and more. Just click on that and you'll get to see the products and the items that we have available. They're pretty cool. So we've got, Cindy says, I need a mug and a tumbler. Gonna go order some. So I think, yes, Cindy, get on there and do it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And we've had a lot of people ask about the t-shirts. I can tell you that the t-shirt that Heidi's wearing right now is very soft. It's very nice. But the t-shirt that I'm wearing are the softest. They are definitely awesome. And then I actually just got some girls' tank tops up on there as well. And the tank tops are super comfy and they're nice for summer. So go check it out. If you guys love Mortgage Mom Radio, you guys listen to us all the time and you want to support us, we would love it. We would be absolutely honored if you'd wear our gear. So just, you can do that at mortgagemomradio.com. So I got that out of the way. I didn't forget to talk about the store. Number 2. I had it brought to my attention a couple of weeks back. I think about 3 weeks ago, we sent out a big mail message to all of our clients saying we are not affiliated with Movement Mortgage. And it was because I had a couple of different clients call me and say that they applied for a loan. Then somebody called them asking for the social security number. Then they kind of felt weirded out and they called me and wanted to know if that was us. They were under the impression they were working with me. That was not us. We do not work with Movement Mortgage. We are not affiliated with them. We are no longer there. So I sent the message out thinking that was squashed. We made sure everybody knew we're not there. It's not us. If you get the call us, let us go through the estimate with you and see what we can do. Chances are we're going to be able to match the deal anyway, and then you get to work with the people that you wanted to work with. But then it came up again, and this time it was actually really bad. So I had the email forwarded to me, and it literally said in the email, reaching out to you on behalf of Deborah Marcoux's team. I am not there. They are not reaching out to you on behalf of my team. Not one person that works with me remained at Movement Mortgage. The entire team came. They all love me, and I'm honored that they did, and I'm honored that they do love me. But they all came with, we are not there. There is not one person from the team that is still at Movement Mortgage, and that is absolute 100% misrepresentation. So if you have been called, emailed, text messaged, and you thought that you were working with us, just please call the office, get on the calendar, talk to me, talk to Heidi, talk to Cindy, talk to Carrie, talk to Larry, talk to anybody on the team. Let us know what's going on. Let us know what they've offered to you. Let's see, number one, if it's a great deal, you're already in process and we can't match it, we're going to keep you rolling forward and make sure that you get a good deal. But chances are we're going to have the same exact interest rate. You're going to work with the people that you meant to. And, you're working with a company that wasn't misrepresenting who they were. So you have anything you want to throw in at that, Heidi, or?
No, obviously we're always available. We're not going to steer you wrong. If you've got a great deal, we can't help you out. We're going to keep you down that right path because we are here to make sure you get the best financial advice and put you on that path. But if you have questions, you've got some, concerns, please call us. Any of us, we're always available. Send us over your questions, ask us, send us over your estimates, and we're going to do the best we can for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've actually looked at some of those estimates and they've been told interest rates that weren't what came across the estimate. They were told that they were locked in. The estimate comes across, they're not locked in. The person that they're asking the questions to on the phone can't answer the questions for them intelligently. And it's because they are just really a call center. They don't really know very well what is going on. So again, if you've had those calls, if you had those emails, you had those text messages, please pick up the phone, call us, talk to us. Let us make sure, number one, are you in a good spot? Keep going. If you're already that far along. Number two, if we can do it for you and we're not going to start you all over from scratch, we're going to give you the same rate or better. Give us the opportunity. We'd love to work with you again. We want to make sure that you stay our client. So I did want to bring that up again, just because it was blatant. I can't even believe it. I'm assuming that I could probably find an attorney in some way to handle this situation, because it is blatant misrepresentation. It's pretty bad. So just want to make sure I throw that out there. And a lot of clients will hear us one weekend, don't work the next weekend. They're listening by radio. So maybe they didn't hear the first time that we talked about that. So I'm going to make sure that we bring it up for a couple of shows in a row so that everybody gets that information. It's pretty big. If you think you're working with somebody and that's not who it is, that's pretty bad. So just want to bring that up. So we're going to go to another quick commercial. 10 seconds, I swear. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about VA cash out 90% or 100%, because this is a question that came in this week. It was a fantastic question and we know the answers. So let's see what we can do. Here we go. All right, and we are back. So that is the last time I think that we can run our Olympic commercial. It was so cute during the time that the Olympics were running, but obviously we all know that they're over. And yay, the U.S. came in by the hair of our teeth with those gold medals by one. But we did it, so we kept our crown. I love it. But yeah, I think that's the last time we get to run that commercial. So anyway, so VA. Cash Out. This is good stuff. Again, if you guys are listening and you have questions, you want to talk to a loan officer, you want to get in on this, all you got to do is call 844-935-3634. That's 844. We lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. Same number that you text the word mom to if you want to get the app on your phone, or you want to get the link when we go live, and the same phone number for everything. You were going to say something, Heidi. What do you got?
I finally learned the phone number. You don't ask me anymore.
Heidi, what's that number?
No, too late. Too late.
How do you spell that, Heidi?
LEND and the number 4.
There she is. I love it. All right. I'm sorry.
You asked me that last time, and I got 3 work IMs right when you said that, and I was trying to read them. I was like, squirrel.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Squirrel. Okay. So, hey, my Aunt Pam just jumped on. She says, hi, just got home. Thanks for watching, Aunt Pam. As always, you're our biggest supporter. So anyway, so let's get into this VA stuff, right? Because this is good. VA for forever and ever and ever was 100% cash out refinance. Not a problem whatsoever, right?
Right.
Then all of a sudden it changed, and it was like you can only go to 90% cash out. And then it was now you can go to 100%, but you can't go above 100% to finance your funding fee. So there were a lot of things that have changed along the way. So I had actually a listener send an email, and she wanted to know, I've heard that VA says I can get 100% financing, but every lender that I call is only allowing 90% financing. Do you guys do 100% financing? So I thought this was a really good piece to bring up, I think, for all of our veterans. And thank you so much for your service. And so you guys should know what your opportunities are. 100% financing is an absolute 100% go. That can happen. And I'm going to actually pull up what the details are around that so that you guys know. 90% financing is what the majority of lenders are doing right now. And I believe it's just something that they're feeling a little bit more confident and comfortable with, as far as not tapping you out, as, financing 100% of what your property is worth. But is 100% available? Yes. Do we have lenders that will do 100%? Yes. Can you go over 100% to finance your funding fee? No. So Heidi, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about the funding fee, and then how do we get it down to 100%? So, if their funding fee is subsequent, they're doing a subsequent funding fee or first time, or if they are considered disabled 10% or more. Okay. So just talk about the funding fee, and then how would we get the loan to the 100%? While I pull up the specifics of, to get over 90, what check mark boxes do we need to get to?
I feel like you're setting me up here. I just want to be clear, because this is definitely not my wheelhouse all in, but I'll do my best.
But you know what the funding fee is. I'm not telling you know that people, that it's okay. Higher if it's subsequent. Yes. Okay. So you know the details.
Yes. Okay. So you may or may not have a funding fee. So we're talking about refinancing for the most part, taking the cash out to go up to 90% or 100%. And then again, we can talk about purchase, right? So if you have never used your VA before and you're not disabled, 10% or more, you will have a funding fee. So that would go on top of your original loan amount and generally be financed into your base loan amount. Okay. That is, I don't know what the percentage is. 3.4%. No, totally off.
Yeah. So that's remember. Actually subsequent. So if we're doing,
that is, yes, I knew I was backwards
so
there.
if you are not considered 10% or more disabled with the VA, you will pay a funding fee of 2.4%.
That's
Okay. So you're on track. So you're
I was on track. I just had it backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And it doesn't matter. I mean, really the bottom line is we've got a funding fee unless more.
And then it's more. So it's 2.4% if it's your first time use and you are not 10% or more disabled through the VA. Okay. Or if you have utilized your VA one time or more, then you have subsequent use, which is now going to be 3.4% of the loan amount. Then and then again, normally we would put that into your loan amount and you wouldn't come out of pocket with that. If you are 10% or more, you don't have a funding fee. 10% disabled or more. You won't have a funding fee, so you don't have to worry about it.
Right. Correct.
Right.
So in order to get to 100%, but you have maybe that subsequent use or you have that first time use funding fee. And again, we're talking about refinances right now. We are not talking about purchases. We're talking about refinance and cash out. If you have a funding fee, then whatever that dollar amount is that funding fee would equal to, we are going to have to reduce it down. So if your loan amount is $500,000, easiest way to do it in a studio, no calculator. I'm not going to do 2.4% in my head. I'm going to tell you 2% of 500,000 is 10 grand, right? So I'm just going to use really basic numbers just for you to get the knowledge of how it works. If the funding fee was 10,000 and your loan amount is 500,000, we're only going to be able to finance 490 as the base loan amount, and then financing in the 10 grand to get to 500. I can't give you a 500 base and then finance above the funding fee to 510. So we just have to make sure we get to the 100%, no higher than 100%. If you are 10% or more disabled with the VA, then you have no funding fee, which means if your house is worth 500 and you want to pull out 500, by all means, have at it. You're good, right?
Right.
So I just wanted to kind of explain the funding fee, how it works, and then how do we get it down to 100%, right? A lot of lenders, again, you might call around over and over again. They're going to tell you we can only go to 90. That is very common right now, but we can go to 100%. Carrie says she sent us the VA funding chart. I love it, Carrie.
Thank you.
Let's pull that up. But anyway, so here we go. How do we get over the 90 though? So there are things that you have to hit. There's boxes that you have to check in order to qualify to go above the 90. And so again, there's a lot of lenders that just aren't feeling comfortable about having to document these benefits to borrower to make sure that they can then turn around and sell the loan to the VA after it closes, right? They're just staying very conservative and saying, we're just going to stay at the 90. We don't want to do the extra documentation. We don't want to worry that we do something wrong and then we can't get the deal bought. So we are doing it, and we'll make sure that we get you there if that's what you're looking for. But you do need to pass a couple of tests, and there's quite a few here. So I'm just going to bring up a couple, and you need to be able to check mark a couple of these boxes, not all of them. And then obviously, if you are interested in doing a VA cash out refinance up to the 100%, you give the office a call. We're going to go through all of the options with you to figure out which boxes do we check to get you qualified. So for number one, the loan eliminates monthly mortgage insurance. So let's say that right now you have a conventional loan or you have an FHA loan, you have VA eligibility, but for some reason you didn't use it. If you were to refinance VA, and we're going to eliminate mortgage insurance because of course VA doesn't have mortgage insurance, that is going to be a qualifying factor in getting you to the 100% allowable cash out loan amount. Number two, loan term of the new loan is less than the term on the loan being financed. So if we're going to put you into a 20-year loan and your current loan right now is 30, then we can go ahead and throw you at the 100%, take the cash out, and that's going to be one of those boxes to check mark that gets you over the 90 allowable, right? Get you to the 100. The next one would be the interest rate of the new loan is less than the interest rate of the loan being refinanced. So if we are dropping your interest rate, so not only are we pulling out the cash, but we're also dropping the interest rate, then that's again one of those boxes that we're going to check to get you over the 90% and into the 100% mark. So there's about 8 more options that are available for us to be able to utilize in getting that qualified to get to that 100% mark. So again, if you've thought about refinancing, you have a VA, you were told you could only go to 90, you want to go to 100, call our office, let us work through it with you and see if we can't get you to that 100. There's probably a really good chance that we can. So Carrie says, and the funding fee on an IRRRL is 0.5. So that is true. If you're doing nothing but a refinance of your current VA loan, all you want to do is drop the rate. That is it. The funding fee is only 0.5% rather than the big subsequent use or the big first time use. But again, that is for an IRRRL, right? That is for a interest rate reduction loan. You are literally only dropping your rate. You're not pulling out cash. We are not getting money in hand. We are not taking you from a conventional loan to a VA loan. This is somebody that has a VA loan right now, and all they want to do is drop their rate and stay in their VA loan. That is when that you can call us as well. Carrie also says, good info. I love VA loans. Yes, she does.
Yes.
She is our VA master. I love Carrie for that. And VAs are absolutely amazing, and we love them, and we do multitudes of them a month. I get calls all the time that says, well, you're not a VA lender. Okay, just because the name of my company doesn't have VA in it doesn't mean that we're not a VA lender. We love our VA loans. We do them all of the time, and we are very, very knowledgeable. So if you want to work with us and you've got the VA eligibility, give us a call. If you want to go above 90 in your cash out, call us. We're going to figure out how to get you there and how to do that. And if you don't know if you have to pay a funding fee, or if you are exempt from the funding fee, or how much the funding fee would be, all you have to do is give us a call. We'll walk you through that piece as well. So again, you're going to call us. You're going to text us. It's 844 We lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. Let me just tell you, you are texting the word mom to that number. You're not texting us questions. Your questions are going to email. So you're either going to the website and you're finding the contact us, or you're sending the email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. That is literally to get the link for the phone app, opt in for the weekly link when we go live, and to get the, to just know more. It's not a questions texting number, I guess you'd say. Hey, Heidi, what's that number?
844-935-3634.
There you go. She
Right?
got it. She got it. She got
I
it.
was like, oh no.
Yes. And then Tiffany's jumping on. She's watching us. She's our processor. She says VAs are my favorite to process too. VAs are just awesome loans. We love doing them. They're just lower credit scores, higher debt to income ratios. I mean, really, you guys served our country. You deserve that. It's just a fantastic loan in general. Let's go to a very quick commercial break, and then we're going to shut the show down. So hold on. All right, so that was one that Mikey made that we've never been able to actually roll before, so that was a cute one. I'm happy we got it in really quick. I know that there's information that I wanted to talk about today. I had notes. I feel like there's something that I didn't hit that I wanted to, so hey, we're doing it again next week. Employment if you're moving to another state. So if you're trying to relocate, we wanted to talk about employment, so we'll do that next week. We're moving. We went from office space to house because of the whole everything with the cough and going on. But it is time to move back into some office space. So we are moving. So that was something we were going to talk about. So we'll hit a couple of those things next week. Again, if you want to know when we go live, you're going to text the word mom to what number, Heidi?
844-935-96. Oh, I totally screwed that up. 844-935-3634.
That's right. 844, we lend for you. And here she is. She's like, you haven't even asked me. I know.
I know.
844, we lend for you. That's LEND and the number 4. You're going to text the word mom. You're going to get the link so you can go live. If you want to be like Sherry, you want to call in, you want to hear your voice on air on Saturday on your favorite radio station, you've got to call in during the show. If you get the link, you know we're live. You've got an hour to make that call. If you want to be interactive, you want to ask us questions, it's the best thing you can do for us. We really appreciate it. We love it. You're going to go ahead and do that in the feed and watch us do the show live. If you guys are listening on Saturday and you guys are in Las Vegas, Washington, or California, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We love that you guys are listening. We're here for you. Appointments are available all weekend long. Go to mortgagemomradio.com, click that appointment button, and select a time and day that works best for you, and you're going to get a phone call. You'll even get a text message 15 minutes early to remind you of your call. But that's it for today. We hope you have a good one. Heidi will be back with me again next week, and I think we're going to stick to it. Same day, same time, noon at 12 Pacific time. So we hope you all have a great one. Anything you want to say? You want to wrap it up, Heidi?
I wish everyone a great rest of the week and a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Debbie Marcoux, licensed by the Department of Financial Institutions, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida LO 76508, Georgia 69178, Idaho, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom. can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.